All right, we're about to set our backlights. We turn the house lights back on, and I've positioned a smaller light, a 300-watt light, straight behind Mark. Because, hey, that's where a backlight would go, right? Let's see if that's gonna work. Again, we're gonna do specular. Turn it on, striking. And I would be straight between him and the camera. Boy, does that cause a problem. There's lights going right into the lens, hitting the sensor and coming back. I can tell because there's little lights right in the lens. That's called a flare. Normally we don't like flare unless we're doing Star Trek movies or something like that. Hey, JJ, there's my flare. I want to make sure that I don't have a flare in my camera. One thing I could do is I could put a flag here and just block the camera, but when I'm doing that, I'm blocking the light that's hitting Mark. So I'm going to move my light out away from the camera, but now it's in the camera, so I can still see it. I'm going to work with my camera operator over there who's going to wave to me when I'm out of the shot with the light. They're just going to watch me keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. There we go, I'm out of the shot. I'm opposite of the key light. That's a good place to put a backlight if you have to move it out of your shot. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna have it on full spot, make sure I know what it's doing, and I'm going to position it to hit his hair, but coming straight across. If it hits any part of his face, it might cause a cross shadow on his face. So I am going to, once again, raise that light up and point it down. Raise a little higher. I might have to tilt it down a little bit. What I don't want it to do is wrap around his face and hit his cheek and all the way over to the nose that's on the fill side. I want the fill to do what it's supposed to do. Just going to hit the hair. The back it says, this is sometimes called the hair light or the rim lights. When I come way over and just skim across the back of them, we call it a kicker. The purpose of this light is to separate him from the background. So that's another word for the backlight. You'll hear it called a backlight, a rim light, a hair light, the separator, or the kicker. All does the same thing. It is the light that creates the third dimension of what we're trying to do. Your key light is the main source of light. Your fill light fills in the shadows caused by the key, and that is the light that makes the mood happen. But the final light in three-point lighting is the purpose of the backlight is to separate the person from the background. So we're going to go take a look at this and see about the intensity, if it's working or not. In order to do that, we're going to have to turn off the house lights first and look at it by itself. Here we go. Okay. I'm just adjusting it by panning it left and right and making sure I'm not hitting the cup and the shoulder of him, then I'm just going to hit his hair and his shoulders. I don't care if it goes off to the other side of the set. My camera's not pointing that way. I'm only shooting single camera, one direction. That's looking all right. Now I have to see it, how it works in conjunction with the key light and the fill light all together to see if I have to make any adjustments between any of the three lights to still fit the overall contrast ratio that I want to have. So we're going to start with the key light. Okay. And then the fill light. Okay. Let's see if you can tell the difference between when I have the backlight on and not. Here it is off. Here it is on. Might adjust it a little bit. Again, it's very hard for me to tell if it's working to the monitor. I have to go and check that monitor or have someone tell me from that camera position if it's working or not. I get the thumbs up. Okay, we've achieved three-point lighting. Direction of key, fill, backlight, separator. I got the thumbs up from my camera operator, so that means my backlight's in the right position, and they're pretty happy with the ratio between all of these lights. So let's review that one more time. I have my key light, my fill light, and my backlight. That is the basics of 3-point lighting. They don't necessarily all have to be in these exact positions. So when we do 4 lights, 4 looks, by playing around with moving these lights around for different reasons and different feels, we're going to explore that a little bit. Right now, we're almost done with this set though. We had 2 more pieces that we saw in our original video. So we had a lamp that was turned on and working, and it was at the right level, and that is called a practical. If you see a light in the shot and it's working, it's called a practical. We also had a little bit of a pattern going over on the background behind Mark. That is a background light. A background light is not part of 3-point lighting. It's just additional things that you add to bring attention to certain things, either the whole setting itself, to set mood. Maybe you want to notice something that you didn't before. So we're going to go ahead and set those up and take a look at that right now.